Hey everyone. Why do you sit on the futon with me? We got a lot to discuss.
Big apologies for any background noise, guys. I'm still trying to figure out where exactly it's coming from. So all of my ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, I wanted to make myself an update video to kind of explain where the hell I've been in the past month, because it's been a while since I posted something. And I decided why not go through with it. Make one of the more ambitious ones like I did back in October of last year. So just like the video I did back in October where I announced I was making videos in HDR, in that video I announced a lot of improvements I was making to the channel. This is going to be a similar video. I've spent the entire past month basically working a lot on the channel behind the scenes. Instead of taking time to make videos, I was taking time to really think through and edit my process of actually making the videos in the first place. So where have I been? It's a bit of a weird story. I was at work, basically. Now, you might say, Rainin, you're always at work. And yes, that's true. I was at work, when I was making my other videos as well. But, this time it was a little different. This time I had to work a little more. What happened was my father, he ended up getting a really bad injury in his foot. And he's perfectly fine for any of you who may be concerned. But naturally, this meant that he wasn't able to work. And I had to cover part of his finances on my behalf. And this isn't a big deal. It's not the worst thing in the world, but naturally it meant that my focus and my stress and everything, it was a lot less focus on this YouTube channel, and it was just put more towards the things that are a little more important to me, like family. And then here's where it starts getting really crazy, because there was technically a week where it was illegal for me to go to work. I'm not gonna explain how on earth that works, because I would end up doxing myself in the process. But yeah, it's been a pretty insane month so far. And of course, missing a whole week of work, that means I have to make up that time somehow if I want to make my regular income. So yeah, I was already working a lot of overtime just to pay for my dad's stuff, and then this whole thing happened. And yeah, that was not fun. It basically meant I had to do more overtime. But everything's fine. The situation is resolved, so we're all good. It's nothing for anyone to worry about besides me, which the worrying's over because it's already fixed. So, I mean, not much more to worry about at this point. That's the brief explanation. I was debating on even whether I was going to tell you about this or just keep it on the down low, but yeah, I feel like my subscribers should know. Now you may be asking, hey, Raiden, if you were out of work for a week, what on earth did you do that week if it wasn't making YouTube videos? Well, that's the thing. I was still technically making YouTube videos, or more specifically, I was working on my YouTube channel. You see, it started as a small idea that kind of just grew and eventually got out of control, and now we are where I am here, sitting on this futon talking to you guys. Essentially, during that week, I said, holy shit, it's not very often I get a week to just do butt fuck whatever I want. So I sat down and said, hey, I'm going to try to find ways to make YouTube videos faster. And that kind of devolved into a lot of things. For one, I made like DaVinci Resolve presets, just like timeline and project presets, just to keep me from like wasting a few extra minutes or like getting distracted with like EQ and shit. Just having it all done to begin with and not just not touching it, which is good because that also means the quality of the video should be more consistent. Once I figure out how to get rid of this stupid buzzing that's happening in the background. I know you can probably hear it too. It's fucking awful. What I did was I rotated my entire computer setup and set it on a completely different side of my room, because my TV stand, if you didn't know it, was blocking a vent, and that was an AC vent, which meant every time I wanted to game on my 4090, it got hot as shit in here. Or like even just like recording a video or like video editing, it was just getting really hot even during the winter. So I change it, I rotate it, and then I find out that there's this weird electrical hum that gets picked up when I point the mic in a certain direction. It's kind of lessened when I sit here on the futon and talking to the mic, but like when I sit in my chair, it's like really pronounced, and it's really dumb. I got to figure out what on earth is causing it. Anyways, back on track. I got on this rant because of EQ. I also made animations. I made a ton of like handmade transitions and like animations, just fully custom things that I'm frankly pretty proud I actually managed to make all by myself without really a lot of help. I'm kind of surprised I was even capable of doing it. But yeah, presumably it's on screen right now for all of you to enjoy. There were some pretty experimental ones, but there's like a handful where I like I'm like, Jesus, I really like that, you know? We have subscribe button animations. We have like some emotional reaction animations. We have like some fucking custom transitions. It looks kind of like blood. I really like the way it is. I have like a text preset, and like I have the text all animated now, and it's like there's a lot of cool stuff going on right now. And the best part is it's basically drag and drop. I just fucking put it in there because I guess I'm a genius, and I decided, wait, I should probably make transparent videos, and just instead of hand animating everything, I should probably just make it like a transparent video and just just fucking drop it and not worry about it. But yeah, the whole power bins feature for DaVinci Resolve really came in handy. I have like a global set of like sound effects that are really easy to access, and then of course I got all those animations and stuff I made. I got that text preset. Another cool thing, I made a bunch of adjustment clips that like instantly do the zoom or like instantly color grade the way I usually color grade my video. It's like a lot of my editing process has now literally been reduced to just dragging and dropping, which is awesome because that means it's gonna make editing videos a lot faster. So yeah, essentially I implemented a lot of efficiency measures, and then a bonus upside of doing this, the videos should be a lot more consistent from this point on. You know, more stylistically they should be more consistent. You know, just like narratively, just editing wise, they should be a lot more consistent. You know, I've also been paying attention to my retention on YouTube, and I think, you know, just judging by like just how weird it looks, I'm probably over editing my videos. So you know what? That means less time spent editing, and then less time spent over editing, as in no over editing. You know, that means that's like double the speed. I can make videos way faster now, and they'll look more consistent, and like you'll be able to click on a Rain and Noodles video and know exactly what to expect, which is good because that's typically what you subscribe for. Also, you're probably hearing new music in the background. Yeah, I sat down, I spent the whole night, and I was like, for some reason I felt like listening to music, and then I was like, oh shit, I should probably download a lot of music. So that's what I did. I downloaded way more music. There's like a larger variety of it now. And yeah, it's mostly fighting game music, but whatever. I also bought a tripod, which is pretty cool. I already had a tripod. I got a second tripod. That's because I have 2 cameras now, or at least I have 2 iPhones that have functional cameras. So essentially 2 cameras, which means, yeah, I can do a multi-camera setup now. It's pretty sick. I can just swap between cameras mid-edit. You know, I can keep the attention, the dopamine flowing without doing a lot of work. Now, if I just record Subway Surfers, I'll be unstoppable. Okay, I can just put it in the corner of the screen, and oh man, I can see it now. I'm gonna try to wrap this up soon. I don't want this video getting too long, but you know, when I was also on this break, I was also doing a lot of thinking, and the thinking I was doing was specifically about the direction that I wanted to take the channel. You guys know me, I love Capcom and I love PCs, and I'm never really gonna stop talking about both of those things, but I have been thinking a lot about the videos I've been making lately, and while I really like making these discussion videos, God, I hate my voice cracks. While I do enjoy making these kinds of videos, I've been thinking a lot, and I've been like, hey, there's other videos I would enjoy making that I'm sure other people would enjoy seeing that would be way more fun to actually like watch. What a novel concept. You make an exciting video instead of a video where you just talk about random shit. So I got to the drawing board, and I'm gonna be honest, it kind of went fucking crazy from that moment on, because I had this gigantic list of video ideas. I'm censoring it now to preserve the secrecy and the surprise, but yeah, it's it's a really long list. But all of these video ideas are essentially videos where I can, well, at least for the moment, sitting where I am now, I can actually look at them and be all like, okay, I can tell that video is going to get some attention. But it's also a video that I actually wouldn't have any issue with making. It's not a video where I feel like I'm going to be clickbaiting anyone. It's not a video where I feel like I'm going to be like shilling or anything like that. It's a video that I would be equally interested to make. I'll still make the more obscure, weirder discussion style type videos because at the end of the day, I still really like talking. But yeah, it kind of occurred to me while I was making that list of videos where I'm like, these are all of the Capcom videos that I wish I had, that I wish I could watch on my own, you know? And I said a similar thing back in October where I was like, I want to make the Capcom videos I want to watch. Now I've made some of my little discussion videos, and I think it's time I move on to like the bigger fish, you know. So you will probably notice the topics I'm talking about will likely change, but don't worry. Hopefully, if everything goes well, they should be a lot more exciting than what I usually put out anyways. So, you know, hopefully you won't mind. It's all part of a bigger picture I have for this channel, which I'm not going to disclose just yet. I'd rather keep it a surprise, but yeah, you know, I got some big things coming for this channel, and I have this great big picture of what I want this channel to be at the end of the day, what kinds of things I want to make on the regular, and this is just building up the foundation and the building blocks for that. We've already hit 10 minutes, so I might as well just leave it here before it gets too long. I do want to quickly apologize if it's been like a while since you heard from me. I'm trying to meet the like middle between saying too much too often and then not saying enough not often enough. You know, I'm trying to it's kind of a different balance to kind of hit, especially, you know, given what happened. Keep your eyes peeled because I've already started writing several videos and I can realistically see them getting made soon, hopefully. I mean, fingers crossed, no technical difficulty comes up or something like that, because that tends to happen too for some reason. Ladies, gentlemen, NBs, I hope you all have a good one. You know, enjoy your day, all right?